On the night of the engagement party, my drunk fiancé said he had a surprise for me. Just then the delivery guy brought a cake, and everyone started to eat the cake quickly to find the surprise. I didn't notice any surprises until I finished the last bite. When everyone was surprised, a woman with a rash on her face came over with a cake and said in an aggrieved tone, "Sister Vivian, have you finished eating the birthday cake that Evan made for me? Forget it, you can eat it, but can you give me back the diamond ring inside?" The room suddenly became quiet. Only then did I realize that Evan Foster had drunk too much and made a mistake, and the surprise he wanted to give me was a mango cake at a special price. Sophie Young and I are both allergic to mangoes. I quickly bought her some allergy medicine, called 120, and asked the jewelry shop to send her a ring as compensation. While waiting for the ambulance, Evan, who had sobered up, stuffed the remaining mango cake into my mouth. "Vivian Miller, are you so materialistic that you ate every bite of the cake just to get Sophie's diamond ring? I don't usually see you like eating cakes. How come you didn't choke to death?" I explained that there really was no diamond ring in the cake, and that I would use a gold ring to compensate for eating the wrong cake. However, he forced the gold ring into my mouth and made me swallow it. He shouted that he wanted to break off the engagement and took me to the hospital to cut open her stomach to retrieve the ring. I have severe allergies and the ring got stuck in my throat and I went into shock instantly. As soon as I came out of the operating room, he rushed over to me and wanted to take off my clothes in public to search for the diamond ring. I slapped him on the face and said sarcastically, "Break off the engagement. If you want the diamond ring, go look in the trash yourself." He searched the medical waste bin thoroughly but couldn't find it. He thought I was hiding something, so he hired a top lawyer to settle the score with me. After checking the accounts, his face turned green. "Vivian, are you kidding me? There's no diamond ring in here." He ignored the fact that his hands were stained with the filth from my gastric lavage and tried to search me again. Such a happy day almost turned into my funeral, and I was very angry. The odor was unbearable, so I kicked him down. "You were drunk and ordered the delivery guy to deliver the wrong cake. How dare you blame me? I was generous enough to buy a gold ring to please your friend, but you tried to kill me again and again. Now you force me to search you. Are you trying to force me to report you to the police for attempted murder?" Being kicked down and losing face, Evan was so angry that veins on his forehead were throbbing. "Okay, if you insist on not returning the diamond ring, that's fine. Then you have to compensate Sophie 1 million. This is what you owe her." I suddenly laughed out of anger. "You took the excuse of being drunk and taking a break, went to make a handmade cake for your friend, and bought me a mango cake at a special price that could kill me. Shouldn't you know exactly where the diamond ring is? I don't have any money. After all, you didn't even spend $2 on me, and I've already paid with my life. You and your friends better never show up in front of me again." He saw that I was full of energy and was furious. "When did you pay with your life? Aren't you alive and well? If you dare, die in front of me, and I will believe that you didn't steal Sophie's diamond ring." He took out his cell phone again and called the bank to check this month's supplementary card bill. "Vivian, since you have no shame, don't blame me for being rude. I have never treated you unfairly since we confirmed our relationship, but you want to kill Sophie for a diamond ring. It's hard for you to pretend to be kind for 3 years, but when Sophie returned to China, you couldn't sit still. First, you spent $1 million on me in just half a month, and now you can't even keep your bottom line for a diamond ring." He turned on the speakerphone so that his friends who came to the hospital could hear every bill clearly. Without waiting for me to object, he played the recording over and over again so that passersby could also hear it clearly. Everyone looked at me in disbelief as they listened to the huge and extravagant expenses. "Vivian, with your spending power, you are going to bankrupt Evan." I grabbed the phone, pressed the pause button, and said loudly, "He did give me a supplementary card, but I only used it for the last transaction, which was to buy supper for his friend. The other transactions had nothing to do with me." Seeing that I didn't admit it, Evan looked at me with a sarcastic look as if he had heard a fairy tale. "Vivian, you dare not admit it? I have given you the card for 3 years. I don't care about your previous swipes, but you have to admit it even if you don't admit it in the past half month. Originally, I would not care about the $1 million you spent if you returned the diamond ring to Sophie, but you refused to acknowledge it and even ate every bite of the cake I gave her. Do you really care about that?" I didn't want to waste time talking to him, so I took out my phone and asked him, "Since we're going to settle accounts, shouldn't you return the money I gave you for these things?" When he saw the tens of millions of luxury goods orders on my phone, he was so angry that he laughed. "Vivian, you are a parasite who depends on me for support, and you want to settle accounts with me? Only stray dogs would be interested in your cheap knockoffs. If I wasn't reluctant to lose your kindness, I wouldn't have adopted those stray dogs. To put it bluntly, the money you spent on the cheap goods was all mine. How dare you ask me for $10 million? It's funny that when I asked him why he used those things as dog houses, he pretended to be angry and said that stray dogs are low-class people who specifically picked up the things I gave them to destroy. All you did was scold me for giving you a worthless gift. It doesn't matter if you look down on me, just compensate me according to the price." Everyone burst into laughter, because what I said was really not credible at all as I was a poor student sponsored by Evan. All those people who had licked my boots before started to sneer at me. "No wonder you took such big bites of cake. You spent so much time trying to grab the diamond ring. I've never seen a woman as materialistic as you. That diamond ring must be with you. Otherwise, why would you be so stubborn?" Sophie glanced at me smugly, and tried to stop Evan from searching me with tears in her eyes. "Evan, forget it. Sister Vivian definitely didn't mean to make me allergic. It's me who doesn't deserve the diamond ring you gave me. It's understandable that she's angry and hides it." After she finished speaking, she actually rushed over and wanted to kneel down in front of me. I pushed her away in pain, but she fell to the ground. Evan raised his foot and kicked me to the ground. The next second, the sound of metal falling to the ground was heard. Amid the exclamations of the crowd, Evan picked up the diamond ring on the ground and turned around to put it on Sophie's ring finger. "If you don't deserve this diamond ring, no one else will." Turning around and sneering at me, "The diamond ring fell from you, and there is irrefutable evidence. You must kneel down and apologize to Sophie, and compensate her $1 million for her emotional damages. Otherwise, our marriage will be cancelled, and you will never be able to survive in Metropolis City again." Everyone thought I would kneel down. I stood up and said coldly, "The marriage should indeed be cancelled, but kneeling and paying compensation, I'm afraid that's the wrong thing." Seeing my bad attitude, everyone gasped. Sophie's eyes sparkled, and she couldn't wait to add fuel to the fire. "Sister Vivian, I know you are very angry. I shouldn't have taken this ring that symbolizes Mrs. Foster's identity. I will return it to you right now." Only then did I realize that the diamond ring had this meaning. She wanted to take off the ring, but Evan held her hand and shouted at me, "Have you had enough of this? You used to rely on your status as my girlfriend to get along with people everywhere and enjoy so many benefits. Isn't that enough? I can understand that you are jealous of Sophie because she is better than you, but you even calculated a birthday cake, found a diamond ring in your mouth and deliberately hid it. You are really out of your mind. It's just a cake, but you reveal your true money-worshipping nature." Sophie also echoed, "You owe Evan a debt of gratitude. You could never repay him even if you worked like a slave for him for several lifetimes. How could you bear to betray his sincerity? No matter how they slander me, I don't owe Evan anything. Even what he owes me can never be repaid in several lifetimes. Evan, there's no point in saying more. If you don't want me to sue you for intentional injury, just give me back the money I've spent on you over the years. If it weren't for me, your company would have gone bankrupt long ago. I'm submitting my resignation documents right now. I hope you can compensate me for the shares I deserve at the market price. Otherwise you'll become a stray dog." I took a screenshot of the purchase order for his gift and sent it to my friends group. Seeing that I was bragging too much, Evan grabbed me with a stern face and stopped me from paying the hospital bills. "Vivian, if you have a mental illness, go see a doctor immediately. I can pay for your registration fee." I pulled my hand away and said calmly, "Find out if the things in the doghouse are worth a lot of money. Then you'll know if I'm bragging or not." After saying that, I left without looking back. He was so angry that he called home to verify the matter. I thought he would be slapped in the face soon. Unexpectedly, he suddenly broke into my ward in the middle of the night, grabbed my neck and asked angrily, "Vivian, you bitch, tell me the truth. Where did all that money come from?" I was almost strangled to death. If the nurse hadn't heard the noise and saved me, I would have been strangled to death. This time I didn't hesitate and chose to call the police directly. I couldn't speak because of my injured throat, so he sent the police away with a few words. He even posted the story of me being a gold digger on the internet with tears in his eyes. The next day, I became a bitch that everyone wanted to beat up, and I successfully became the #1 trending search topic. The overwhelming abuse in the comment section made the private hospital dare not take me in anymore. After confirming that my life was not in danger, they kicked me out of the hospital. Some people even dug out my personal information and phone number and put my contact information and address on the dark web. Not only was I abused and called shameless by netizens, but someone also knocked on my door in broad daylight and offered to take care of my business. I had no choice but to call the police again and quickly move to Riverbend Villa, which had better security. However, the police investigated for 2 days but couldn't find the source. Instead, because people kept coming to my small apartment looking for me, everyone in the apartment jointly exposed my chaotic private life. For a time, countless rumors about my clients were rife, and indecent photos of them were flying everywhere. I knew all this must be related to Evan, so I had to endure the nausea and go find him. He disappeared and even put up a conspicuous sign at the company's front desk. "Vivian and dogs are not allowed in." I was thrown out by the company's security. Evan made an album of my miserable appearance and sent it to everyone he knew. He even used resources within the circle to threaten to ban me. For a while, no one believed me anymore. Even the big companies that had wanted to poach me before sent me text messages to mock me. At the same time, Evan proposed to Sophie in a high-profile manner. On the social platform, the two expressed their love to each other and received blessings from countless netizens. And I became the mistress who destroyed the love of their childhood sweethearts. That night, Evan sent a message.